Hello everybody. How are you? Special guest on Mark's channel. I have some things to open for you today. Quite a bit of them, so we're just gonna, Mark says just barrel through them. I said okay. So the first package feels like there's nothing in here. It's kind of funny. But I'm gonna cut it open and see what we've got. Well, how's everybody doing this weekend? I hope good. This is an item that I've ordered. All of these are items that I've ordered because Mark and I don't know if Mark's mentioned that we had our RV in for a service. We know that it's important to do an annual service, and we timed it in between trips, and so we dropped it off long ago. You know, the RV business is swamped and they are backed up, but I scheduled the appointment in June for August. And so we dropped it off in August, and we had a lot of little things that just needed to be done. You know, an air conditioning service, we had a strip of lights out inside, you know, all sorts of, you know, it's important to get your water heater serviced. And so little by slow, they got it done, and they had a deadline of 2 months. And that's how busy these people are, and parts, you know, have to be ordered, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, unfortunately, when we went to go pick it up, we realized that our RV had been burglarized while it was there. So that was a shock and also just really a bummer. And, you know, we lost a lot of things, and we thought they just got the outside, but they got the inside too. So all of this stuff is kind of replacement items. And it was kind of random. So this is one of Mark's, he uses this, it's a comb. So that's the first item, because that was in the one of the things they took out of the bathroom. It's funny, they took out some the stranger stuff. They didn't. It was hard. The slides couldn't be moved, so they couldn't get to a lot of things, which we're very grateful for on the inside. But they could get to our bathroom cupboards, and they could get to. They worked hard to get into the dresser drawer cupboards. So you know, our brushes were taken. And you know, I have a lot of brushes for this hair, and they left my wet brush. They took Mark's wet brush, and but they took all the rest of my brushes, which I thought was kind of fascinating. So this is one of the brushes I had to replace. That's one of mine. And then let's see, we're not sure exactly what's in here, but in the meantime, you know, we found it to be, you know, they took all of our paper products, paper plates. They left anything that wasn't paper, other than, I don't know if I've done a video on the collapsible containers. I think I did. And they took those. Depending upon if my hair is wet or dry, or different brushes that I use. So this is the other brush that I use. This one is for when it's wet, just to put it back in the braid. And this one is, of course, is when it's dry. So those were what was in there. And now, Mark, if you can pass me the other things. You know, they didn't take, they took all of our underwear. Such a strange, both sides. They took all my bras. Thank you, Mark. They took, you know, I keep everything in the RV for, it's taken us, you know, a long time to get everything the way we have it. And, you know, I keep everything in there for a week trip, because we do take these weeks like that are coming up soon. And so I just didn't want to have to worry about, you know, grabbing stuff out of our drawers. So we had 7, you know, we had enough for 7 days. So they took all that, and then they took all my sleepy stuff. None of Mark's, all of mine. Whether they just couldn't open the drawer or not, I'm not exactly sure. So, oh, was this yours, Mark? Because I don't think, yes, it was. And so I'll let me have that box, please. And you know,
go ahead.
All right, the sleepy stuff that I order,
Got one
it's expensive. And so replacing that was a bummer, because that stuff isn't cheap. It's by Faceplant, and it certainly is a lot of money. I know what that is, so I'll come back to it. And then they took, like, they couldn't reach into the cabinet that I have all the towels, but they got the towels they could reach. So, you know, luckily I keep extra towels, and, you know, kind of in the color scheme that I like, so that's good. They took our toothbrushes, which I always keep. Sorry. I feel like I need a drink of water. But we use these kind of toothbrushes. They're basically disposable electric toothbrushes. and we use them here at home, and we use them in the RV. And they took all the ones that I had in like this, not used yet in the RV. They left the ones we had currently in the cupboard that we were using, but we replaced those anyways because that's just disgusting. And you know what I did is I just took toothbrushes. We spent the weekend in the RV trying to figure out what was really gone and replace what we had here at the house. I keep a lot of extra stuff at this house. I mean, it was amazing what I could pull out of our storage cabinet and in my closet, that I keep a lot of extra things like this. And so I'm just replacing what I took for the house, what I said at the RV. The other things, that I thought they had taken, but they didn't take, which kind of, when you first go in there, you're in shock, right? And so I was working off of memory, but I thought they had taken all my barrettes, so I'd ordered more barrettes, but it turns out they didn't, so it'll be nice to have extra. And, pardon me. Thank you for getting my watermark. I usually keep razors in there, and I don't think I actually had a package of these type of razors. Mark uses an electric oh, he's saving me right now. Never good to do a video with a tickle in your throat. So anyways, I decided that while I was, even though the electric razor is on its way, that Mark will hopefully open for you, I just decided to grab a package of these, and I can put them in my storage closet in the bathroom, and at least we'll always have, these kind of razors. Of course, I use them when I'm in the shower, and I didn't have any extras in there that I can remember. If they were there, they're gone. All right, the thing that I opened up that was Mark's. Let me get to it. And I think you've seen these before, but they took them, and I'm not going to open the box. I'm just going to show you what they are. These are plug-in rechargeable stations for your watch. And this was such a great find that Mark had done for the RV, because we have inside the bedroom area there's shelves, and next to the shelves there's like USB ports, right? But there's also a place to plug in a regular plug like this, and these things saved us from having so many wires kind of trying to weave it through the into our shelf area. And so now we can just put our phones on one USB, and this goes in the other, and you just lay your watches like it sits flat, and you lay your watches right over the top of this, and when you go to sleep, and it charges. And I'll tell you what, I love these things. I was sad that they stole them, but you know what, we replaced them, so there it is. And we found, or Mark found, other ones like this. I'm gonna see if I can get it away from the tag so you can see what this is. It's the same type of item. It's in black, which I think is kind of a cooler look for the RV than the white. But these have a plug that goes into like your regular kitchen plug, right? These actually, that cap comes off, and you can plug it into the USB port. So we're gonna try both. We know these work, and they work really well, but we're gonna see how we like these, because maybe we'll just plug it into the USB port, and it would be a little bit more out of the way, because those ports are not exactly where, I don't think they're where these are. So we just thought, hey, why not? They were not too expensive. I don't really know who makes them. I know we got them off of Amazon. Is that correct? Yes. And I really like them. So we got, replacement items for recharging our watches, some brushes today, some barrettes for April, the replacement of the toothbrushes that I took out of our storage unit here. I call it my storage unit. It's really an IKEA cabinet that's supposed to be for somebody to put clothes and stuff in, but I use it for our pantry. And then some razors. There's a lot more coming. We didn't just lose these. I wish this was all we lost. But there's more coming, and this is people who have found out about it, like our folks and my sister. They were so upset for us, because the biggest thing that we lost, and I know you guys know what this is because Mark did videos on the unboxing of these. We lost our electric bikes, and that was the biggest item of monetary wise that we lost. But truthfully, there was so much else that we didn't lose that could have just been a disaster. You know, we didn't lose our Blackstone grill, they didn't take it. We didn't lose our satellite dish, they didn't take it. I mean, there's so much to be grateful for. And that's the lesson, you know, when something like this happens. I mean, we could have reacted in anger, and we really we didn't, because number one, well, we know this kind of stuff can happen, and we left the electric bikes, you know, in there, and we didn't think that there could be a possibility of somebody breaking into it inside the yard of an RV, you know, selling place. You know, this is a place where they sell RVs. We just never thought about it, right? Lesson learned. But in the meantime, even if that hadn't happened, let's say the bikes, we had taken them out and then they just burglarized the RV the way that it was with the remaining items they took. You know, it's in God's hands. And we're grateful that they didn't do damage. You know, they could have keyed our RV. They could have done so many other things. They could have taken everything inside the RV and dumped all the drawers on the floor. And I mean, they just didn't do that. They didn't make it a mess in there. And you know, the worst thing that really happened besides the bikes is that they tried to steal our batteries for, you know, that charge all of our solar, which are so much more expensive if they had taken all 6 of those than those 2 bikes. And you know, which caused the fridge to go down, and everything that I had stored in the fridge, because I never have to take it out. It's always on because of the solar. You know, all of it's spoiled, and I had, you know, stuff like popping fresh biscuits that exploded and molded everywhere in the fridge. So Mark had to spend all day yesterday disinfecting that whole fridge and cleaning it out. And you know, we get to start fresh with new stuff, and stay grateful that we have the things left that we have in there. And our RV aesthetically still looks great. You know, it could have been just really a bad scene. And so, you know, the police can't do anything about it nowadays. They feel very handcuffed with going after thieves like this. And so we just had to call it a day and move forward with the solution. So when things that come into your lives are a struggle, it's important to remember to stay in a solution of ensuring or trying to protect yourself from ever happening again. Find a way to look at the situation and move forward and find solutions to hopefully prevent whatever it is that that made you feel upset. Find a way to make it a positive. And that's what we've done. So that's it from me. April's speech of the day. It's a long video. I love you guys. And as Mark says, you know, you have a great day. I hope you all had a great weekend, and don't make other plans. Peace out.